Oh, man. This is not going to be an easy one to do. The Canadiens were on a 4-game losing streak heading into this game last night against the Washington Capitals. Everything that could possibly go wrong in November has definitely been going wrong. But fans, some of them, okay, they were a little optimistic heading into this game last night because the Caps, they played the night before. They put up 7 goals against the Edmonton Oilers, and I mean, come on. They're not going to be able to do that again, right? Ladies and gentlemen, this game review is about to get ugly. And it's also brought to you by the good folks over at Miraj Trading. Christmas is coming up. We're all scrambling for ideas right now, like a goaltender. You know, you're trying not to let any slip behind you. And at this place right here, MirageTrading.com, you might be able to find that little something that you've been looking for. They got hockey cards, baseball cards, Pokemon cards. You can get keychains, all kinds of random little stocking stuffers. And you can find their links in the description of today's video. So here we go. Habs. Caps. The puck is dropped. And not even a minute into the game, Juraj Slafkovsky's already in the penalty box. Look at him, because he gets caught for a high stick on that StarCraft kid, Protoss. Samuel Montembeault's between the pipes, so you know what that means. He never swings at the first pitch. Alexander Ovechkin rips one home on the power play, and we got ourselves a 1-goal game. When play resumes, so does the parade to the penalty box. Look at that. Everybody wants one. Matheson gets one. Sordif gets one. We got sticks flying everywhere. I've never seen anything like this. Bolduc even gets the double high stick. He picks up the double-double without even going to Timmy's. And finally, after like 500 botched power plays, the Canadiens do get on the board with Brendan Gallagher making it a 1-1 game. He's got his first goal of the season. It's all tied up after 20 minutes of play. And I was thinking, you know what? Maybe tonight is tonight. Maybe tonight's the night that they do it. They snapped this little 4-game losing streak. But then we get the second period. A second period that Samuel Montembeault is definitely going to want to forget. Actually, he might want to forget everything that's happened since September. Ethan Frank, who's been something like a mosquito every time he plays against the Canadiens, he rips one past Montembeault early to make it a 2-1 game. For some reason, Montembeault is sliding the wrong way on this one. You know, I'm not even going to ask. And on the very next shift, ladies, if you want some more Frank, there's enough Frank going around for everyone. He makes it 3-1. And for the very first time this season, Samuel Montembeault doesn't get to finish a game that he started in. He's pulled from the net. Jakub Dabish, he's up. And even though the Canadiens, they try and make this game a little interesting with Joe Veleno making it 3-2, which is, I mean, a crazy story on its own. I mean, this is like unlocking the biggest Xbox achievement there's ever been. But every time it seems like the Canadiens are gaining momentum, the goaltending, they kill it. They let them down. Even Dobie's doing it now. Jacob Chikrin makes it a 4-2 game after a questionable hit by Tom Wilson here. We're going to talk about that a little more later. Suzuki does answer back pretty quick. He gets a bit of a lucky bounce, but it doesn't even matter because Sonny Milano slithers his way between Xhekaj and Carrier, and he restores that 2-goal lead before the second period comes to an end. It was disgusting. So now, I guess it's off to the third period we go, where the Caps, once again, they come out strong. They're looking to add. Mike Matheson does eventually bring the Canadiens back within one once again. But guess what? This right here, that's as close as the Montreal Canadiens are going to get, okay? Alexander Ovechkin makes it 6-4 on this one right here. Lane Hudson gets caught in deep. He's got nobody covering for him. Then Ovi scores an empty netter for the hat trick. His 10th goal of the season, his 907th goal of his career. You see, Frank, you got a long ways to go yet, pal. Sonny Milano even scores one more after that one just because he can. Marty's in shambles. So is everybody that paid money to watch this shit last night. And your final score of this hockey game is 8-4. And after a fantastic start to the season, the Canadiens have now lost their 5th consecutive game in a row. It sucks, but there's a lot of glaring issues right now, and I want to point out some of these. So sit down. There's no need to wipe yet, because we got a lot to talk about. Number 1, and I mean, this should be pretty obvious, but the goaltending continues to be dog shit. And you know, it is kind of funny. I called out Montembeault earlier in the season, back when the Habs were winning games, and a lot of you didn't like it. You just couldn't admit it for whatever reason. But this man is supposed to be the starting goaltender right now, and he's been struggling since the beginning of preseason. And at this point, it's just getting horrifying. Jakub Dabiš, I don't know what's been up with him lately, but since the beginning of November, he hasn't been any better. The Canadiens have 2 struggling goalies right now. They've been both letting in some pretty shitty goals, man. And I see a lot of people out there begging to bring up Jacob Fowler, but please, for the love of God, don't do that. Do not bring him up into this mess, because he's already got a full plate of shit in front of him in Laval right now. Let him finish that off first. Number 2, once again, we must talk about the power play, which makes absolutely no sense at all right now. Can somebody explain this to me? Why is the best goal scorer on the team, who's also 3 apples tall, standing in front of the goaltender right here? Because I must be a moron, okay? I must be a complete moron, because I don't get it. I don't understand what you're trying to accomplish right here. And number 3, which is something else that a lot of us have been noticing. I've been seeing you guys comment this stuff for quite a while now, but the big teams have been just having their way with the Canadiens this season, okay? I know a lot of people are pissed off with Tom Wilson right now. You probably didn't like seeing him grab Demi David of a scrum. You definitely didn't like this hit right here on Jake Evans. But let me tell you something. The fact that you all hate him right now is ironically why I love him. And I mean, it's why Caps fans love him. This guy is a menace. He's mastered it. It's his role. He's one of the best players on that team. He's got 20 points right now, if you could believe it. Should there have been a call right here? Yeah, maybe, but they missed it. And I've got no complaints about him, because that's exactly the type of player that the Canadiens are missing right now. Which brings us to number 4, and it's Arber Xhekaj. Look, I love him. I love this guy, but he's not the same player right now. He's not the same player at all that he was when he first broke into the league. And hear me out, but I think a big part of the reason is because he's afraid he's going to take a penalty. My God, he's playing like a cat that's been declawed by the coaching staff out there. He doesn't even hit anymore, okay, because this kid was obliterating everybody a couple of years back. The coaching staff is in this young man's head right now. Some of you aren't going to agree with me, but I think it's messing with him. Tom Wilson was running around last night, and I wasn't looking for somebody to grab him and fight him or anything like that, you know. But the minute that Jake Evans took this hit, somebody on that Canadiens team, Anderson or Xhekaj, they should have been out there, and they should have been just trying to claim a victim on that Caps roster, okay? Trying to run somebody into the boards. Do something. You got to do something. That's the game, man. That's hockey. You run our guy, we're going to run your guy. But nope, teams, they get a free pass right now when they play against the Montreal Canadiens, because unfortunately, there's no pack mentality at all. There's nothing left. That's going to do it. This is actually my second take making this video. Doesn't happen to me very often, but I got way too fired up during that first take. Holy shit. You could go ahead and let me know your thoughts down in the comment section. Please don't forget to smack that like button right on the chin. If you got to do it, just pretend it's Tom Wilson and just get it right in the cheek. And hey, I'll see you next time.